started this gangster shit. Just the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello. I started this gangster shit. And it's the motherfucking thanks I get.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content but haven't yet subscribed, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. Hey, alright, how you doing? It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of this comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media, illustrator of future Canadian Prime Minister Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, and we got another thing coming up for you. I couldn't wait to do this video. I talked about this a little bit on Geeks and Gamers stream, and I think on another live stream where I thoroughly depressed everyone in the room about the spoilers that I'd gathered regarding Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, what the movie was going to be about, the theme of the movie, and why it's happening. Now, Rise of Skywalker is pretty exciting. People hear that title and they think, hey, Luke Skywalker is gonna, maybe he didn't die. Or maybe his ghost is gonna do battle with the Emperor's ghost, and Darth Vader's ghost, and the Rancor monsters. They don't have Force ghosts, do they? No, that's not what this means, unfortunately. Rise of Skywalker is much more kind of oblique and sort of symbolic than literal. Kevin Smith pretty much has it right here. I find it interesting that Kevin Smith, who is a super shill, is out there talking about this like, what do you think about this theory? Wouldn't this be dope? Yeah, Kevin, I think Kevin probably knows what the movie's about. He's been on the set a few times. He's reported back from the set. Unless they actually, nothing got through to him, unless he has no insight into what was happening and yet was still allowed to hang out with J.J. Abrams at all. This is a very lucky guess. I think he's got it. I think he's got some inside info, and he's going to kind of try to let the air out of the balloon slowly on behalf of Lucasfilm. This is going to be a thoroughly depressing movie for anyone who is not Orange Man bad. Let me explain. This movie, spoiler alert. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Potential spoiler alert. I am Mike Zero. If I'm right, these are spoilers. If I'm not right, it's nothing. I'm wrong. But this is what I understand the movie is about, and this is what Kevin Smith is going to kind of go on to kind of explain and justify here and sort of smooth it over. 5 years from the events of The Last Jedi. Okay, so there have been 5 years of healing in the galaxy. Since The Last Jedi. The First Order, not so bad. The galaxy is prosperous. The economy's pretty good. People are happy. And there isn't a lot of conflict. War has been tamped down. And people are starting to say, well, the First Order's not so bad. People are starting to think that the First Order's not so bad because their personal lives are doing just fine. But General Leia, I should say, and this plucky band of resistance, you see, misfits and Jedis are going to get together. Jedi here. Yoda is going to have to instruct Rey about how wonderful she is, and she is. She's amazing. She can backflip over a TIE fighter. All right, these guys are getting together and they're like, look, the galaxy just doesn't get it. We have to actually expose. And we have to do it many, 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 many years before Rachel Maddow is even born. Okay, we have to expose the dark heart of perhaps Russian interference and within the First Order to prove to everyone how evil the First Order is. So basically, the First Order, of course, is Donald Trump, the Emperor. Who exists as some kind of like hologram instruction force ghost thing that is instructing Kylo Ren on what to do, on how to govern. That is, of course, Vladimir Putin and Russia, and it's secret. Nobody really knows about it. But these guys, who I'm learning to really hate, are on a mission to find a transmitter device that was located within the Death Star. And the Death Star, the fragment that contains this transmission device, we already saw it. Okay, we saw it sitting there floating in the water. Once they get this transmission device, they are going to be able to broadcast the word of Luke Skywalker all over the galaxy. And that is what I understand, and that's going to make everybody wake up. Okay, it's basically like free MSNBC for the entire galaxy. Everybody's going to be totally blue-pilled. and just become monstrously angry at the First Order, and that's the birth of Skywalker. And is that a religion? Well, that's what Kevin Smith thinks. Okay, so this is the thing. They're turning this entire saga into the ultimate political cudgel against Donald Trump and against the culture. This is the self-insertion of personal political grievances on a scale that I have not seen before. This is cosmically evil. If I am right, this is so irresponsible. It is so obnoxious, and of course, it is what Disney would do, and it is what Hollywood would do right now. But let's check in on Kevin Smith and see what he has to say. He says the reveal that Star Wars Episode 9 is officially titled "The Rise of Skywalker" has sent a lot of fans into overdrive as they try to figure out exactly what that phrase means. Is leading character Rey actually a member of the Skywalker family, despite The Last Jedi telling us otherwise? Yeah, maybe. From what I understand, she's actually like a granddaughter of the Emperor. Okay, so this is in a way she's kind of this Ivanka Trump figure. Ivanka or Ivana? Ivanka, I think. Ivanka Trump figure. So she'd be rebelling against a member of her family. By the way, if she is a descendant of the Emperor, and the Emperor has been revealed to be Darth Vader's father, that makes her related to Luke Skywalker. What is she? Nephew? Niece? Cousin, right? She'd be Luke Skywalker's cousin. I think that might be the situation here, but it's almost irrelevant. Will Kylo Ren come over from the dark side and redeem the Skywalker bloodline? The answer will be revealed in December, but filmmaker and Star Wars superfan Kevin Smith has a great theory about what Rise of Skywalker could mean. The last movie was The Last Jedi, Kevin Smith said on the latest episode of his Hollywood Babylon podcast. What if they are telling us the fucking title? The way the Jedi has been used historically in these movies, including the last movie, The Last Jedi, The Jedis Must End, all that S word. What if it's for Jedis? Oh, what if that's it for the Jedis? Okay, that's tough to read. And perhaps the new religion are the Skywalkers. Didn't that just give you the effing chills? What if it's that? Yeah, what if it's that? What if the new religion is SJW, which is Skywalker, obsessing over Donald Trump, how he might not be, he wasn't elected fairly, and he's a puppet of the Russian government. Smith added, wouldn't that be effing dope? Like, Luke was so effing important, like, I'm going to cry to the universe. He is going to cry. That from then on, they named the order after him. They're all Skywalkers. Abrams has said the title is meant to be provocative and ask a bunch of questions. Actually, Kathleen Kennedy on the red carpet the other day at Star Wars Celebration said the title doesn't really mean anything, but it's not literal. And he said, yeah, I think when you see the movie, you'll see how it's intended, what it means. The previous Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, caused a similar stir among fans when the title was announced. The Rian Johnson directed entry did provide the answer that Luke was the last Jedi, which would make Smith's theory particularly fitting. Having a new generation of fighters be referred to as Skywalkers would be an inspiring conclusion to what is being billed as the end of the Skywalker saga. There we go. So I agree. I 100% agree. I think that is what we're looking at right now. I think Hollywood took this opportunity, Disney, J.J. Abrams, to take all of George Lucas's wonderful work and turn it against this moment in American history. And I think that is going to be pretty sickening to watch, especially since as we've seen, the Mueller report has come out and it has cleared the president of any, accusations of Russian meddling, and this is now completely irrelevant, and it is based around the paranoia of half of the country that lost the election. All right, so that is now Star Wars. That is your Star Wars. That is where we are, and that is the end. That's the end of George Lucas's saga. I hope you're happy with it. Some people might be happy with that. Some people might think that's really profound and deep and wonderful and speaks to them on a level that Chris Hayes couldn't even dream. A level that CNN couldn't possibly attain, and that's fine. That's fine. For the rest of us, it sucks, and it basically does completely ruin Star Wars on a level that Rian Johnson couldn't even dare to dream of. All right, so that's that. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. I have a feeling you're not going to be happy about it. I'm not happy about it either. I'm furious about it. But again, this is still, could be wrong. I mean, does it sound like deep in your heart, search your feelings, you know I'm right. Okay. Yeah, please subscribe to this channel as we just follow this. Subscribe to this channel, join this family, hit that like button, ring the bell for notifications. Don't miss a video, don't miss a live stream. We need you here. We need you here to get through this with us. Also back Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time. My comic book, Cyberfrog Blood Honey, still available for a limited time. The link is below in the description. Thanks everyone. See you again soon. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Skyver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Skyver. That's at Ethan Van Skyver. See you there. Hello, potential Indiegogo backers. Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Van Skyver. I'm a comic book creator who worked for 20 years for Marvel and DC Comics on books like Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and X-Men. But before that, I had a comic book called Cyberfrog. Now, Cyberfrog lasted from 1993 to 1998, and then it stopped when I went to go work for DC Comics. Now I want to tell the story of where Cyberfrog has been for the last 20 years. I want to write, pencil, ink a book called Cyberfrog Blood Honey that tells the story of gigantic alien hornets that come to Earth and conquer it, sending Cyberfrog into deep hibernation, where he emerges now in the year 2018 into a completely alternate reality, a new world where these hornets have taken over, devastated humanity, using human skin to make gigantic wasp hives, and harvesting human blood to make honey to feed their young. Very few humans still exist. But it's up to Cyberfrog to save what's left of humanity and turn back the damage that's been done by these wasps with his brother Salamandroid and his friend Heather Swain. I want you to help me do this. We're going to get colors by Kyle Ritter. He's a fantastic colorist, and he's going to make this book sing. I'd like this to be a 48-page one-shot prestige format, part 1 of 4. So I'm asking you to help me launch the very first Cyberfrog Blood Honey epic graphic novel. Are you in? Will you help me? I hope so. Let's get this frog jumping again. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.